Okay, a couple of things. I don't even know how to explain this one. I think it was like, it was a vision where, oh, forgive me, this is going to be challenging. It was like somebody was in, it's like, I don't know if it was dream state or astral projecting or another realm. I don't know what the case is, but everybody knew this one character in that realm, in that state, in that, in that dream world, that astral projecting, that wherever it was. I really couldn't determine that. And they knew this person as this, like, it was like this massive person. Like they weren't even a person. Like they were, I don't know if it was an angel or a demon or I don't know what it was, but massive, massive, massive. And so everybody in that state, in that realm was, anytime they encountered that entity, being, I don't know what, was freaked the fuck out because they knew, back away. It was kind of like wherever that person walked, it thundered. It was like, get the fuck out of the way, right? Like the power that entity yielded was unmatched. And everybody did look like itty bitty around this massive being or whatever it was. And then went back in, again, all these terms loosely, waking state, right? Or 3D realm, or live, touchable, tangible kind of thing. People would encounter that being as a person, right? So again, they put me in it just so I can understand it and verbalize it. So cool your jets. But so it was like, I didn't know I was that entity or being or whatever in the other realm, but I didn't know that. And so when people would encounter me in the 3D, it was like they had some recollection or understanding or knowing that I was that being in the dream state. But then they would see me and realize it was like I was unaware of my own power. I was unaware of my authority, something like this. And at first they were always like cautious and scared because of this awareness. But some of them, it was almost like they too were unaware. Like they too were like, did I just dream that? Like what happened? Right? Like it was, this is going to be hard to verbalize because it was weird. It was a little wild. What aren't they all always? Oh God. And so then people started to take advantage of this, like take advantage of me in the 3D, right? Like in the like unawareness. It was like because they were showing me like unaware of my power, that people then started to be like, oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. So then they would take advantage of me in the 3D, but then they would get, forgive me, they would get their ass beat in the 5D, which then always trickles down into the 3D. So it was like in I guess ill intent and having ill intent towards another in the 3D, it was like, oh, that's seen and felt and heard and known. And even in, again, it was like, even in me, even though I didn't realize it, it was showing like, oh, but my higher self knows, that entity knows that lives within me, that massive being. So then when they got back to the 5D, they got the beating of their lives. And that beating of their lives then trickles down into their 3D reality and their life turns to shit. And this is all unbeknownst to me. Like all this was happening and was so unbeknownst to me. And what else was there? Oh, right. It was like I was standing on some like, I think they call it in Florida 5 points, something like that. It's like a road where you come to the stop sign, but it's not like a cross. It's like there's several roads that shoot off from the center, which I always find that is so annoying. Isn't that annoying? It's like you have to ring around the roads, you take turns, but not everybody follows the rules. You can have an accident. Anyway, that's where I was. So I was going to say standing at like a crossroads, but it wasn't even a crossroads. It was like a 5-point road. So it's like people coming in every angle. But I was in the center and people were coming in and I was just it was like I was a ninja or something. I mean, I was just kicking ass. And they just kept sending people in to attack me. And they're showing now Mr. Miyagi. I was very calm and at peace. And I'd even have my eyes closed most of the time. Like, it took no effort on my part. But boy, was I kicking ass. And by the way, when they showed that part, it was just normal. It was just me. It was me. It wasn't that back in that dream state of like some big entity. And so it was like I was at, I keep wanting to say crossroads, but it was like at 5 points or something like that. And it was wild. And then they had taken me, this is separate from all that. They had taken me another time. I was watching something. I don't know if it was Instagram or YouTube or who the fuck knows. And it was this clip of this woman walking down the street, and it was a security camera that had caught the whole thing on camera, where she was walking down the street and she had her bag on her shoulder, and there was this motorcycle that came pulling up next to her, and there was a man on the back, I guess of another man. He jumped off in an attempt to take her bag from her. And can I tell you, she was a skinny little thing. Forgive me, but she was so skinny, she definitely looked like almost like a drug addict. But let me tell you something. This skinny little thing who looked like you could snap her. I mean, it looked like I could snap her with my pinky. She was that skinny. Boy, did she have some heat in her. The man was bigger than her, but he wasn't, that much bigger, but he was a man and he was bigger, and he caught her off guard. He came up from behind her. Man, did she whip his ass. He was swinging her everywhere. She was swinging him back. I mean, they were tossing their bodies up against walls. I mean, it was like a movie. It was so wild. As I'm saying this, I'm thinking, I wonder if it was AI. But it was unbelievable. Although I don't think it was AI, because I couldn't believe there was even a car that drove by and different things. But that's kind of what happens sometimes. People are like, mind your business. And it's like, but this woman was getting tossed all over. And when I tell you she was little, I mean, the way it showed on camera, the poor thing, I thought every bone in her body must have been broken or bruised. But damned if she didn't hold on like a bulldog or like an alligator, right? That clamps down onto that bag. She held, I thought, my God, what the hell's in that bag that's worth going through that beating? But it was more the principle. Like, fuck you for trying to take my bag. Who the fuck do you think you are, coming up and taking from another in such a way? And boy, nobody would have bet, if you saw that prior, would have bet that she would have won. But boy, did she. Boy, did she. And I hope she did bruise that man's ego. Like, what is wrong with you to do such a thing to begin with? But that, I thought that was funny that they took me to watch that. I feel like it was the same day, or maybe it was within a few days, where it was like, oh, that's really funny. That is kind of funny, right? Like, that was kind of how it looked in that vision, where I was standing at like a 5 points, but again, it was me in the 3D, and people were coming in left, right, and center, and it was like kicking ass and taking names, right? And but I do recall at one point, closer to the end of the vision, it was almost like nobody else was coming, right? Like, no, it was like all the competitors had come and all the competitors had failed, and off they went, and nobody was willing to come back. And yet, for some reason, it was also like, I don't know if I felt like I needed to stay there. Like, I couldn't understand why they kept showing me still. They actually showed me at the end in like a Zen meditative spot, but literally sitting in the middle of the road, in the middle of these 5 points. I was like, why are you still having me sit there? Don't I have something better to do? Can I leave now? Like, can I go? It was, I mean, it looked like I was at complete peace. But again, because it was showing me as like me. I'm like, what does that mean? Right? I was like right in the center of, I guess, like a wheel, right? Like I was in the center of the wheel, because it was all these 5 points, all these 5 avenues or roads shooting off around me. Anyway, I'm sure there's many more meanings to that than I'm aware or understand at this time. But per usual, I guess they'll evolve as... I love you.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.